Hello and welcome to my first ever podcast, or you could even call it an attempted podcast. My name is Rav, otherwise known as The Real Arsenal Deal, on my newly created social channels and YouTube page. And look, it's a bit of an unscripted attempt to just throw my thoughts out there. Underline all of this is a long-term Arsenal fan. I've followed the club for many decades now, since 1995. I've been an avid follower of the club, watching as many games as we can and contending with all sorts of challenges in terms of the time zones, all the way over here in Melbourne, Australia. Absolutely love the club. What the current team is doing under immense challenges is absolutely just phenomenal. Mikel Arteta deserves all the plaudits that he receives, the way he's been able to turn this club into the current iteration we see and enjoy today. And look, we are so close. Arsenal are so close to glory, whether that's in the Premier League, the Champions League, we just don't know. But recording this date, it's 2 days after the Wolves victory. And geez, I'm glad it was a victory, because otherwise the fallout after that disgraceful refereeing decision, we've been here before, right? We've all been here before. So look, I want to get into that, and I want to also keep this brief. It is my first attempt at this format, and I would welcome any feedback anyone has. The very fact that you're listening here up to this point, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for being here. So I'll cut right to the chase. I'm a man of color as well. I'm Indian born, moved to Australia when I was 3-4 years old. The way I got into the club was Ian Wright. Now, I'm not pretending that I'm British and I'm black. However, watching football was so scarce here at that time. In the mid-90s, pay TV, getting access to Premier League and football was very, very difficult. So on the glimpses that I could see, I saw Ian Wright playing for England, playing for Arsenal, and there was just something about him that just resonated. He was cool, of course, a proud man of colour himself, demonstrating all the values of black pride. It was instant. I instantly followed the club and him. And then as I looked more and more into it, I'm thinking, oh my God, like there's so much representation in Arsenal at the time. And look, since then, I've been able to enjoy and learn so much more about the black pride, the black heritage of Arsenal, representing true Londoners of many diverse backgrounds, and seeing them represented on the pitch in terms of their values and culture. For me, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the reason I mention this is also for context. My background, I've had a few decades now in the corporate banking world. And look, in terms of politics and unconscious bias, I guess I've seen it all in a professional sense as well. Unconscious bias, it does exist. Now, I stop short of joining the chorus of conspiracies and they're out to get us and all of that. And I very much understand the frustration of the segments of the fan base who feel that. I would like to not think it's that bad. However, for me, clearly, there is something going on beyond what just, a few unlucky examples of Arsenal being given decisions that no one else seems to receive or experience. I mean, look, how far, I don't need to spell them all out, right? Everyone is aware. Just even a few weeks ago, Saliba being penalised for a penalty for accidental clash of heads. I mean, I've never seen that before. And how many years is it going to be before I see it again? And then Oliver does it again to Lewis Skelly, a tactical, cynical, rotational foul, breaking up play. I mean, that happens across the league in every match, across every weekend, right? And to brandish a red card for that. Look, there's genuinely something else at play here. There is an unconscious bias. Maybe it leans into what I was saying before. When you see a club or clubs that are so widely represented with all sorts of races and cultures, I don't know. When you couple that with the more elite, established, middle-aged white man segment that PGMOL seems to be across the northern parts of England. And I don't know, maybe there's something there. Maybe they just don't like that side of Arsenal, and there's some unconscious biases that you just never know where those seeds are sown. They're sown in social programming from childhood, all that sort of stuff. Look, I don't want to delve too deep into that because I'm already several minutes into this recording and I haven't really been able to just get into the football and what I'm seeing in terms of the effort, the willingness. If you ever wanted encapsulated the spirit of Arsenal, it's those final few minutes of Kai Havertz against Wolves. That yes, I share the frustrations about, look, he's just not that clinical finisher, and he probably, the reality is he probably will never be. And that's okay. It's okay because he's a phenomenal footballer. Look what he brings to the table, his profile, his versatility, the job that he does, wherever he's tasked to do it, he puts his hand up and he says to Mikel and the club, I'm going to give it everything. He empties the tank. 90 minutes, 120 minutes. He's got no respite because of obviously the injuries and the lack of alternatives, but also he's the guy you want on the field because he gives you everything. Every duel, every challenge, the discipline he shows in tracking back and the defensive awareness, he's thrown himself into everything. And please, the abuse he copped a few weeks ago, again, I was wondering, should I jump on a podcast and record something, YouTube video? And it's just, I'm an R about it, but look, enough's enough. Like you can't abuse people like that. And it actually saddens me as a 17-year-old child behind the keyboard of his phone, sending horrendous messages to Kai Havertz's wife and bringing children into it. And it's just, it really pains me. It saddens me because we are better than this. Arsenal is better than this, but society, people, we are better than this. See the value in each other, in fellow humans, and be kind. If there's anything we can do in this world is, can we be kind? They're literally giving everything. Kai Havertz gives everything. And the way he collapsed to his feet at the final whistle, needing help and assistance from the coaches, it was probably part exhaustion, part relief as well. And got to be honest, I'm glad Arsenal won for several reasons. One of them being that we're not talking about the misses of Havertz. We're talking about his performance and his effort and willingness and his spirit. And that's where I'd much, much rather the spotlight remain, because he gave it everything, and maybe he's injured. I think he needs to rest against Girona anyway. But you just never know what ailments he was battling. He seemed quite sore and hobbling coming off the pitch. He needed assistance. I'm just hoping there's nothing too much worse there, and he can just hopefully just enjoy a well-earned rest this week. And because we're going to need him against City, that's the reality. We are going to need him. We need everyone at the club right now. We need the fans. We need the players. We need all their support around them, their loved ones, their families, their partners, children, etc., etc. We need to be united in this because Arsenal is so close. We are so close to glory. And I'm so proud to represent Arsenal. I'm recording this in my car as wearing an Arsenal shirt right now. I guess a lot of good business ideas are born out of a car, maybe. But here I am. Look, enough was enough. I had to record something. I've popped something on YouTube yesterday, just why now more than ever Arsenal need our love and support. Recording a bit of a longer format today. I'm going to publish this as a podcast and maybe YouTube if I can figure out all the logistics. I would welcome any feedback, any suggestions you have. Just the very fact that if you've even listened to this point, thank you so much. I'm not sure how this is going to go or be received, and I'm a bit new to this whole thing. But the point is that I just got to get something out there, put my voice towards what I see happening at the moment. I see Arsenal on the cusp of greatness, of something really, really, truly special. And the hurdles and the challenges that we have to fight against, they're immense. So right now, the players need us. The players need everyone. They need to be uplifted. They need to be celebrated. They need to be supported. That's how we're going to get there. That's how we're going to get over that final line, whether it's 1 or 2 points, how close we've come in recent years. We are so close. And the 1%ers can make all the difference. That involves you, me, every Arsenal supporter across every part of and corner of this wonderful earth. We support a truly magnificent club who represent so much, and it means so much to me. I have 2 sons, aged 6 and 10, and they watch the games with me, and we can just see what it brings, the joy, the sometimes heartache as well, right? But that's part and parcel of following sport. But look, we are so close. Arsenal need us. I'm wanting to record more and more short, brief, snappy podcasts at a brisk length and upload them and keep getting more and more involved in this sort of venture. So I would very much welcome any feedback you have. Thank you so much for listening. Any questions or suggestions, please, I most welcome any comments. I would be so grateful. Thank you so much for listening this far, and come on, Arsenal, we got this.